We're out here, I think it's North Mountain. I've been here in another video before. This is the closest hiking spot to me right now. And I'm gonna go over with you sort of a day in the life of training for this upcoming hunt that I have coming up. So just show you what I'm doing, show you the stuff that I'm thinking is important, that I'm gonna find valuable to get ready for hunting in the mountains here in Arizona. Once again, to reiterate, the hunt is gonna be northern Arizona. It's going to be temperatures around 80 to 50 degrees on the low. And the terrain is gonna be, you know, sort of rugged desert with some trees. It's gonna, you know, there's gonna be some mountain and etc. for the mountains that we have here in Arizona. And yeah, so getting ready for that and what that looks like. That video right here is going to be all about my physical training and what I'm preparing for it. And then I think on another video I might show you what I'm doing diet-wise, how I'm eating for it. So starting off with today, we're obviously here hiking. You're going to do a lot of that hunting, I imagine. That's sarcasm. I know that you're going to do a lot of hiking when you're hunting. And that's going to be with your pack on your shoulders, you know, with your bino. I would have my bow, but I figure the public may not appreciate just walking around with a bow. So don't have the bow. But I am carrying this camera, which is basically heavier than the bow. So I've got the weight there. But we're starting off in the morning with a hike. So we've got our full kit. This is everything that we would be bringing, you know, with us out into the field hunting. The pack is fully loaded. I've done a video, I'll link it up here, doing a little shakedown of what's in my pack right now, the stuff that I need to get for it still, and just what's in here. So if you want to check that out, go ahead. I'll try to link it above. But basically, the shakedown here is to just train with the kit on your back. Every day that I'm able to hike, I'm gonna go hike, and I'm gonna have this full pack on me each day. And basically, I want to simulate what I'd be doing hunting. My hunting is gonna be about 4 or 5 days, and I'm gonna basically be out hunting, you know, stopping, spotting, whatever. But then you're just gonna camp where you're at, and then you're gonna keep hiking. So each day I'll have this pack on. So I'm basically doing that. The pack is a little bit heavy. If I had a preference, I'd probably get it a little bit lighter. It's about 30 pounds loaded. That does have water, that does have some food, not all the food. I expect the pack, especially with the camera gear, will be getting close to probably 40 pounds with food and with the camera gear. So heavier than I'd prefer. The camera gear definitely, you know, does not help with that at all, but that is what it is when you're trying to film stuff. But yeah, so that's gonna be the first start of my training. That's gonna be out with the pack every single day, trying to hike some, you know, rugged terrain, so a good hike. This hike today is about 5 miles. It takes me about, I don't know, 2 hours to do, give or take. And yeah, I'm just gonna go out and hike. So that's step number 1 for the training routine. Stick around, I'll get to the next steps of what we're doing next as far as physical fitness for the training. So let's go.
That voice getting louder, it keeps my back to the wall. Fear starts taking me over, and I can't help but fall to my knees. Oh, can't you see you won't let me be? Tears me down till I'm begging for rest. Heart so loud as it beats in my chest. Can't get down. No, he can't have the best of me. No, the devil's got no hold on me. Woo-hoo. 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 No, I try getting farther, keep my feet from the stray, but the road gets harder and I get led away. You see, can't you see, he won't let me be. Woo-hoo. Woo-hoo. He tears me down till begging for it. I'm so loud, there's a piece of my chest I can't get down. No, he can't have the best of me. No, the devil's got no hold on me.
I just finished with the hike, and a little bit warm out here. Backpack was a little bit heavy. A little bit of a hard hike. Going up the steep uphill was definitely some work for sure. Not my first time out here with that pack and with this hike, but you know, feeling it. If I could get that pack any lighter, it'd be a great thing, so I gotta figure that out. Also, carrying this camera on the tripod really sucks. So that's the price for content. You know, if I want to do it, I guess I got to do it. But overall, that's the hike. I'm going to do that as much as I can leading up to this hunt. So I think that you got to practice what you're doing most, and the hike is a big deal. Like, that's going to be a separator between other people and me. And I don't even have high expectations for this hunt for myself. But if I can give myself any advantage with fitness or with you know, mental fortitude or whatever, then I'm gonna do that. So that's a big reason why I'm gonna get out here, put that 30 to 40 pounds on my back and hike. I also plan on doing one heavy hike a week. So I have a salt bag that I'm gonna put into the load carrier portion of that bag, just like you'd have a load of meat in the meat shelf. I'm gonna plan on doing that as well. So that's step one of the training program. Get out, hike, get the pack on, get the boots and the different gear pieces on that are not the clothing, to do a little shakedown. Get used to the stuff, get used to the weight, and just hike. So that was today. Let me stop this. All right, there's the morning hike right there. So it looks like it was about 4.6 miles, around 10,000 steps, and it says moving time was 1:49. I don't know if what that means, but it's a lot of back and forth a little bit with the camera, you know, just setting up different shots, putting it at different places, walking. So anyways, that was the hike. Let's get on to the next step of the training. Before I do that, I wanted to try to bring a verse of the day for these videos. I just want to share a verse that's impactful to me. So I'm dealing a little bit with some personal issues, you know, with some frustrations in my household and whatnot. And one verse that was impactful to me today was James 1:19-20. And that's, know this, my beloved brothers, let every person be quick to hear, slow to speak, slow to anger, for the anger of man does not produce the righteousness of God. So just a reminder to myself that not to be angry, to think before you talk. It's that old adage, like, just think through what you're doing, think through how you're talking, and just be slow to anger, you know. Something to dwell on, a promise to look through, to some guidance and wisdom that God's given you. So verse of the day, hopefully it helps you. It helps me to look at that kind of stuff, also to be accountable and just look at those things. So let's get to the next portion of this training, and I'll see you there. All right, the next step of the training program: shoot some arrows. So this is obviously a really important part of training for hunting, because especially with a bow, like, it's crucial. You want to make sure that you put that arrow in a good spot. And you know, that's even if you're in the position to even sling one down. So, you know, making sure that you're proficient with the arrow, that's what I'm here to do. It's been a little bit since I've shot it, so just kind of warming back up into the whole thing right now. My release is bothering me a little bit because it keeps not re-engaging. So like the thing lets go, like you fire it like that, and then it's not going back to solid every time. So that's kind of annoying, but that's the purpose of checking it out. The next thing is that my sight is a little bit right. The 40 pin is a little bit high. So I've only shot out to 40 right now today. And that's one thing I've noticed so far. So, you know, just gonna keep testing it. This is awesome. I'm here at the Ben Avery shooting facility. Anything you wanna shoot that's a projectile, you can shoot it here pretty much. And they have a whole archery range. I'm here in their target section, but down just that way a little bit is actually a 3D range where you can walk a little path. You can shoot at 3D targets as you go through. Pretty cool. So it's an awesome place, pretty close to me. If you're in Arizona in the area, I think it's a great place to check out. You know, you're only gonna get so much time. It's heating up, I'm sweating, so it is what it is. But let's just kind of keep slinging some arrows down still and see what we can do. I'm gonna keep working on this shorter range. I think I might go over to the 3D range. I might do a little bit more of that tomorrow on my off day. But yeah, I'm gonna try to, the next step of the program is to try to get arrows down range as much as possible. And I'm not looking to do a bunch of volume, because I think you can, just like your golf swing, you swing enough and like you're gonna mess things up over and over. So I wanna get some good quality tests in. I wanna make sure that they're going where they're supposed to go. And then the groupings and the, you know, accuracy, that's gonna just come over time with practice. But right now, I'm gonna work on just doing some of this shorter range stuff, so. I think that might be my best shot of the day so far. I'm pretty sure it's right in the center, and I intentionally am aiming a little bit left because it's shooting right now, but the 30 pin is right on. I'm standing here at 30 yards. It's a straight shot, and 30 pin's right on. It's just a little bit right. So gonna keep, you know, I did a 20 as well, so I'm gonna do that again, probably see how 20 goes, and just kind of keep doing what I do. So I'm gonna work on close to far. If there is, you know, a private area to get out to like 50, 60, I'll probably try it today. But that's definitely getting a little bit out of my comfort zone right now, because it's been a second from shooting the bow. So let's keep on to the next one. Still a little bit right, kind of in line though, a little bit high and right. I am still trying to compensate left, so I must have pulled it. Could be better. That's why we're here. All right, I don't have a ton of time to train today. So a big part of training for me is gonna be shooting with the pack on my back. You never know, like you walking along, you see one, like you got to be able to slang one down with this pack on. Obviously that's a, you know, not always a common scenario, but I think it's, you know, something important. You're going to be hiking around, you're going to get fatigued with this pack, and you might run into one. So that's going to be the next step. I'm going to hit this 3D range. We're going to just walk some of it and basically check it out. We're going to just try to see some real world application, you know, as we're cruising along on this 3D range, and I'm going to take you guys along so you'll see what the range is like. So let's go. All right, so here's our first one. I'm probably way too close, but here's our first one. It's cool because they put little yardages on the bottom. This one's only 11 yards away, so boom, you just turned the corner around this tree and there's a freaking monster elk. So like that happens, but we're gonna try it. Boom, wasn't too bad, kind of right in the kill zone, but it's only 11 yards. So a little bit more of a challenge on this one. I think it's only 20 yards, so we're getting crazy, but let's try to get it. All right, let's go see how that one was. Let's check it out. Boom, not too bad. All right, this one's about 36 yards on the red plate, so let's try this one. Just like in the wild, they've got your bow hanger right there. Nice. Okay. So a little low right. I know the right is a thing, but I pulled that low apparently. All right, this one's 44, so now we're getting out at a little bit of a distance. Let's see how this one goes. I can tell you that one's gonna be right. I was having a little bit of a hard time seeing through the peep. And yeah, that one got me, I'm pretty sure. I'm just glad it's on target. I really hate losing the arrows. Yeah. So high right. I was definitely aiming for this one on the left in the middle, of course. So this right here is stupid. That's 70 yards. I just couldn't hit a 40 right, so I'm gonna try a 70. So probably kissing this arrow goodbye, but I just wanna see where I'm at a longer range because I haven't been able to shoot it yet, so I wanna try it. So let's go. I heard the noise that I hit it, so that's something. So as you can see, got lucky on this one. That's definitely right and high. Not only do my skills need to be better, but I think that definitely needs some adjustments. So gonna have to figure out those adjustments and come back. This is gonna be my last one right here. I'll check in at the car. I just got back to the car. You know, temperature's not bad as you get out here and you're used to it or whatever. Definitely, as you can see, long distance needs to be worked on quite a bit, 40 and out. I definitely need to adjust the pins on the sight. I need to also adjust some windage. So I'm gonna get that dialed in, or try to get that dialed in, and I'll be back. And this is gonna just be a part of my routine. Just try to get some daily reps in as much as I possibly can. This place is close to me. It's great because it's a little bit of a physical activity with the pack and with the 3D range. And it's also great because it just, you know, gets me some time with the bow. So that's definitely a huge part of the training program. Get there with the bow as much as I possibly can. So next thing's next for me. I got to get some food, and then we're going to do the next bit of training that I'm going to be doing for getting ready for this hunt. So let's get off to doing it. Good morning. Currently it's 5:40. A little bit later than I'd like to start. Had a little bit of a mishap with my dog, so that's always a fun way to start the morning. For some reason, dogs like eating stuff that they shouldn't eat. So anyways, right now I'm gonna go on a run. Since I'm doing my hiking every day, running is what I typically do. I typically run every morning that I'm able. Like I said in another video, I'm really inspired by Nick Bear and the hybrid athlete. I want to be able to lift heavy and run far. So I decided I'm gonna run every day. Well, with the hiking with the pack. I think it's a little bit too much strain on the body, so today is my off day for lifting, so I'm gonna just run today, and that's gonna be one training item that I do to just get some cardiovascular fitness, some VO2 max fitness, some zone 2 training fitness. Actually won't be doing any VO2 max training, just zone 2 training, nice easy runs. So I'm gonna go do that now, and I'm gonna check in with you when I get back. So let's do it.
Born wild in a world that wants to tame me. You can't catch me on the run, cause I'm gone, yeah. I blaze trails, set fire to what's behind me.
All right, just finished up. I'm not the fastest runner, I'm something. But it looks like 3 miles and an average pace of 11:46. So unfortunately not as fast as I'd like it to be, but I'm getting used to running still, and it's only gonna get better. So you have to start somewhere. If I wanted to run fast and I can't run fast, so I don't run, that's stupid. It doesn't make any sense. You gotta run, you gotta try it, you gotta get some endurance built up, and that's what I'm doing. So that's typically what I do every morning is I run. But like I said, with the pack out, I'm not running. So today is an off day. So today I'm gonna just do this run this morning. I'm gonna go do some archery so I can still get some reps in on that. And then from there, I'm gonna cook breakfast and do the rest of my day, work and everything like that. Probably edit some videos. So also, by the way, I am normally a sweaty person, but I did run through sprinklers, so not that sweaty. I'm gonna get out to go do some archery right now, try to sight in the bow. I was out shooting it the other day and noticed it needs some changes and some different things. So I'm gonna go out and do that now, and I'll catch you at the next step of the training program. So I'll see you there. Without a doubt, the most important thing to me for my training program is strength training. Everybody should strength train. It's a key to longevity. It's a wonderful thing to do no matter what you're training for. So my training program looks pretty simple. It's a 4-day training program, and it's an upper body, lower body split. So Monday is upper body, group A. Tuesday is lower body, group A. And then on Thursday, it's upper body, group B. And Fridays, lower body, group B. Now the reason for the A and the B is because I have different exercises for each day. That way I don't do the same exact thing that I did earlier in the week, and I can target different parts of the lower body or upper body. I mainly focus on the big, heavy compound lifts, and I'll usually end with something a little bit more focused on a certain body part. Those are sort of the finishers. But all the main lifts are big, heavy compound lifts, as heavy as I can do. That's my training program for strength. Like I said, on Wednesday, I have an off day, but I always consider it an active recovery day. Saturday is the only day that I have that is a strict off day, no activity. But on Wednesday, it's something like Pilates, it's stretching, sometimes there's a run, maybe a cycle class, different things like that that are just a nice active recovery, keep the legs moving, keep the lactic acid away, etc. It's been great for me to be able to hit both body zones, so upper body and lower body, twice a week. That's been a big deal because I used to do a push-pull leg split, but when I would do that, I would only hit like my push section once a week, or I'd only hit my pull section once a week. So when I switched over to this upper body, lower body, it was a huge difference because now I could hit those things twice a week, which was great. On Sunday, I do the same thing, just an active recovery. It looks like a hike, like I've showed you guys, or it looks like a run or something of that, or just a hobby, something I want to do, whether it's paintball or more archery, etc. that's a little bit of what my strength training program looks like right now. If you have any questions about it or anything, I'm no expert or anything, but if you want to know, DM me or comment below.
We got the top down, cruising at 65. The engine's rolling, it's good to be alive. Out on the highway, oh yeah, we're free now. We watch the sun rise up, we watch the sun go down. On the open road, it's so inviting.
Hey, sit. Cardi and I, we just got back from our daily walk. Regardless of what I'm doing, what I'm training for, what I'm preparing for, I try to get 10,000 steps in a day. Sometimes I miss it, but I try to be very intentional about actually getting that goal. It's important for me, but it's also important for my girl here. So she needs, just like me, discipline. She needs routine. She needs all that stuff. So I try to give her some of that through this walk every day. But also, walking is important for a number of reasons. Firstly, depending on your pace and your weight, walking can burn more calories than a 30-minute run. And for some people, walking is just easier. It's more simple to do. So that's a great reason. On average, 10,000 steps will burn 400 to 500 calories, which is great. Just by walking, something you're gonna do. On average, people walk less than 4,000 steps. So really just upping it is not that big of a difference. Just try to walk for a couple more reasons, maybe your dog, maybe to the store, maybe to get coffee, something like that. Secondly, walking supports joint health. So you get better joints, you support your joints, you take care of your joints by just walking. Also, walking is a great way, ironically, my earbuds were dead today, but it's a great way to take in podcasts, media, books, all those different things for improvement. I listen to them every single day when I'm on a walk. Walking is also great because it supports your mood, it lowers your cortisol levels, and it helps you relieve some stress by just taking in the nature around you, experiencing the outdoors, appreciating that time, maybe some thoughtfulness time as you're out walking. I know that's important for me. I try to get 10,000 steps in. Maybe it's a great way for you to just jumpstart your, new progress towards getting in shape. I know it's something that I started with, and it's something that I think everybody can do. It's easy, and it's a great way to take in positive material like the books, audiobooks, podcasts, those different things you want to listen to. I know that I get a lot of time for podcasts and everything like that from a walk. So try to get your steps in. It's important to me. You'll probably enjoy it too. Give it a shot. And just like that, I'm about to head out on this hunt. So like I said, I've never hunted mule deer in Arizona, and I've never hunted Arizona. So I'm sure I'm going to come back with a bunch of lessons learned and good information. But needless to say, the training was definitely something that I enjoyed doing. It's worth it. I'm going to continue doing it after the hunt. And for the next item, whatever it is, whatever I decide to train for. But yeah, I hope the training program information was all good information for you. Maybe it's something that you can implement in your daily schedule. Maybe not. Maybe it was just good entertainment or something chill to watch. But that's what I do every day. That's what I'm doing for this mule deer hunt. And that's how I'm trying to get better. So most important things for me were the hiking with the pack. Doing a heavier hike with the salt bag, which I actually didn't get footage of, but that's what I'm doing as well. And then finally, doing the archery shooting, like actually practicing the shooting, because that's crucial. Like I need to be able to put that arrow where it needs to go. My bow is actually being restrung right now, kind of 11th hour, but I found out it needed to be restrung. So I haven't even got to do as much of that as I would like. So hopefully get that back in the next day or so and be able to do some last minute adjustments. But that's the video for today. That's the training program. That's how I am rucking, running, shooting, and lifting. I appreciate you being here. I'll see you on the next video. This has been Cole Maurer. Peace.